All right, day 2 of hyperbolas. So get this stuff down. We're going to do 3 problems for graphing and then 3 problems for writing. So it might be a little bit of a long lesson. I would pause the video, get this down. Okay, so these are the equations you need. Slope you could and should use. I generally don't use it as much. I just kind of rely on this information. And just remember that A is the transverse axis, and that defines your vertices. All right. So say you're given this equation and you have to graph it. These are the pieces of information you're going to want so that you can graph it. All right, and the other thing that's important to recognize is that X came first, and when X comes first, it is horizontal, which means it'll look like that. It opens left and right instead of up, down. All right, so our center is at +3, -1. So I'm going to go ahead and graph that. +3, -1. Our A always comes first in hyperbolas. So A would be the square root of 4, B is the square root of 3. So we can use this. So our vertices, they hang on the end of the A's, right? So my A is 2. Since this is horizontal, I'm going to move 2 this way and 2 this way. Now from this point, I'll move 3 up and then 3 down. Right, and using this, I should be able to draw a bit of a box, which we'll come back to. Hopefully you remember the box from the flip math video. All right, so this is the box. Our vertices were on the end of the A, so this would be 1, -1. And then this one would be 5, -1. All right, perfect. So you're going to try to draw your asymptotes, which go through the center and corner to corner of the box. So that's one asymptote. It's another asymptote. And maybe using a different color pen, you would like to finish off graphing. Remember that this opens up horizontally. 1 second. Oopsies. All right. So it does have to go all the way in, but to the vertice. But that's about it. Same thing over here, goes into the vertice. It doesn't go all the way to the center. As long as you're touching those vertices, you're fine. All right, let's try number 2. You can pause the video if you need to get down the information. All right, so this time we see that Y came first, which means that this is gonna be vertical. So when I graph this, it's gonna look something like this. It opens up and down instead of left and right. All right. So our center is still H, K. H comes from the X coordinate, so -1. Y, +1. I'll start off by graphing that over -1, up 1. All right, now I'm gonna figure out my A and my B. If this is 9, A is 3, B is 4, square root of 16. Since this is vertical, instead of going left and right 3, I'm going up and down 3. So I'm gonna go up 3, 1, 2, 3 from my center, down 3, 1, 2, 3. From the center, I'm going left and right 4 units both ways. And again, just try to get that box shape as best as you can. The box, again, is to figure out what your asymptotes are. All right, so our vertices were at the end of our A. So since we went up 3, this is one of our vertices, which is -1 up +4. And then the other one's down here, -1, -2. All right. Draw your asymptotes, which I will not use a straight edge for this time. And don't forget, this one opens up and down so that your vertice, and same thing down here. All right, perfect. So now you're gonna try the next one on your own. I would just pause the video and then try it. All right, this should be your solution.